I know a lot of people watching won't know anyone that's Jewish. A huge part of that scene was just us riffing on each other. We shot it late at night and they ended up using all of it. I was like, red flag. I was like, there's no such thing as a Hanukkah bush. It felt like a really important message to put out there in the world right now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Heart in Motion podcast. I'm so excited to be talking with Jake Epstein today. Hi, Jake. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So thanks so much for fitting this in. We were joking earlier. I'm up here for the Hallmark Christmas experience, and I'm like, oh, we just move with it and go. And I wanted to get this in before your movie on Sunday. I'm excited to talk about Oi to the World, which is I think pretty clever. It's going to be premiering Sunday night, December 14th, 8, 7 Central on Hallmark. You star opposite Brooke D'Orsay, and she's actually here this weekend. So I'm sure she'll be talking more about the movie. But tell us a little bit about Oi to the World.
Sure. So Oi to the World is it's a Chrismukkah movie, okay? And it's the story of two children's choir directors who are childhood rivals. And through a series of circumstances, my character's synagogue has nowhere to go during Hanukkah, ends up joining this church. And this year, Hanukkah, Christmas fall on the same day, so they end up having to do this concert together. And it's this really unique, really fun relationship between my character, Brooke D'Orsay's character, and I'm pretty proud of it. Hope people like it.
I'm so excited to see it. You didn't mention that, and I was telling you before we hit record that I had to do a double take to make sure that it said Jake. So you're actually playing Jake.
Yeah,
Um,
I am playing Jake. Yeah, so the character was actually written as Josh, and I just did this movie, a series of movies called Hearts Around the Table for Hallmark, and my character is Josh, and one of the it was a great. Mindy Cohn is plays the matriarch in this movie, the foster mother of these four foster children who are adults, and one of the movies is called Josh's Story, and I suddenly thought, is it gonna be like a sequel to it? Is it confusing? And so I pitched them all of these names. Uh, I was like Jonathan, Jonah, this, that, and then I think the last one I was like, or Jake, like sure, and they were like, we love it, let's go with that. So yeah, it was very easy on set. People could call me my character. There was no confusion. It was great.
that's awesome. So, when you get the script, when you first read the script, what immediately stood out to you about Jake, the character?
Well, I'll tell you, like what stood out to me about the movie is that it's this interfaith holiday story, which is my story. I grew up Jewish and celebrating Hanukkah. My wife grew up celebrating Christmas, and now we celebrate everything. And it's the best, and we're so lucky that we get to do that. And we've had to navigate a whole series of things. And when I read the script, I just immediately related to that and that story and thought other people might in some way or another. And so, yeah, I just thought it was kind of a unique one to get to be part of.
So then how did that play out once you guys started filming when you've got these two distinct, celebrations coming together? How
Mm-hmm.
did that play out when you guys were actually filming?
I mean, it was great. Like one of the things I found so refreshing about the story is that it's not about a clash of cultures. In fact, immediately when in the story, like the synagogue joins this church, there's nothing but love and respect for all the cultures in the movie, which I just thought was firstly kind of realistic, and two, just really heartwarming. And the conflict comes from the relationship between my character and Brooke D'Orsay's character, and uh, our like childhood rival, our rivalry, and just like all the fun we get to have with these children's choirs, and all the kids and all that. So Yeah, that's sort of like where the conflict in the story was. In terms of like the Hanukkah Christmas, it was just, yeah, the movie's kind of about love in that way.
So then what do you hope viewers take away from a movie like this where you're blending both of these faiths into a celebration?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a complicated time in the world, and without getting like totally serious, and I apologize, but there's rising anti-Semitism in the world. So for me personally, to get to play a positive Jewish character in one of these movies, I know a lot of people watching won't know anyone that's Jewish, and so to get to represent that, especially right now, it feels super meaningful to get to tell that story. Yeah,
So with you kind of having that background, were you able to kind of draw on any personal traditions or experiences as you were making the movie?
totally. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like there were so many moments in the script that they were like, if there's anything you want to change, they were so open to that. And I remember there was a scene in the first draft that I read where, like, I'm supposed to pick out a Christmas tree, and Brooke's character is supposed to pick out a Hanukkah bush. And I was like, red flag. I was like, there's no such thing as a Hanukkah bush. That's not a thing. It's never been a thing. It's only a thing because it's around Christmas. And they were like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Of course. So what we did is we made that like a bit in the movie, about how Hanukkah bushes are not a thing. And it like, I love that. Though actually, those were some of my favorite parts of the movies because I was really trying to, yeah, like keep it, as like respectful, authentic as possible, and not have a bunch of Jews around the world be like, what the hell, man? Like, come on, get it right.
Oh, and this isn't your first Hanukkah Christmas movie either,
No,
right?
it's not. It's
Was it
not.
Mistletoe and Menorahs that you did a few years
Mistletoe and
back?
menorahs. Yes, yeah, yes. I mean, it felt like such a different movie, and it was so long ago. But yes, that was the first time I've done like a Christmas thing. Yeah.
So you mentioned Brooke D'Orsay, and we know that these holiday movies thrive on chemistry. So what was it like building that connection with Brooke while you're also like playing this rivalry?
Total. Well, look, on in these kinds of movies, or really on any film set, you'll meet your co-star like maybe a day or 2 days before you're filming, and sometimes you're supposed to have this whole history, and you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to meet. So we shot this in BC in Kelowna, and I arrived there and I quickly met Brooke, and then I we had a lunch with our director Paula, who's lovely, and our producer, and then Brooke and I walked home back to where we were staying there, and we were just kind of like catchy, like kind of meeting each other. And when I was like, do you want to like run a scene? Like, do you want to like talk about this or whatever? Are you cool with that? She was like, totally cool with that. So we went back, we pulled out our script, and we just like read through the script and just kind of, and immediately I knew this was going to be really fun, and that Brooke was so open to like improv and kind of like changing lines and going with it. And so we were like riffing and being like, oh, and then we should change. Like we were immediately like on the same page about the tone of the thing and collaborating. And honestly, like that was kind of the vibe from day one. It really just felt like we were there to try to make each other look good and have a bunch of fun on camera in front of people. so
I love
so it
that.
was it
That's
was
awesome.
really like it was a this one was super super special, and Brooke is a real gem of a person, a great actor, and I'm a big fan.
That's awesome. So, what do you think that fans watching are going to like about the dynamic between Nikki and Jake?
What are they gonna like about the dynamic? I mean, these are two funny and smart characters who don't pull their punches. So we go kind of hard on each other in a way that I think is really endearing and really enjoyable. Um, I think I think like some of my favorite moments, you know, we did a lot of improv and a lot of kind of things just happened that we kind of went with, and they used a lot of it. There's a scene in the movie. We're going into a bowling alley for this like bowling scene, but we have this long scene walking up, and the a huge part of that scene was just us riffing on each other. We shot it late at night, and they ended up using all of it. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
that we there was just like a love and natural ease and history that we had. So I yeah, that's what I hope people are gonna kind of root for and pick up on and you know be into. There was a real like it felt like a When Harry Met Sally kind of you know Billy Crystal and you know what I mean like there it felt like a real opposites kind of dynamic and yeah I hope people like that.
That's exciting. So you have, if anybody that follows you knows, you have a strong musical background, theater, all of that. Did that help in this role as a director? I mean, did that stretch you at all? You talked a little bit about that?
It did. It totally did. I mean, in the movie, I sing, I play guitar, I play piano. It was yeah, one of the things that attracted me to this one is they said, you know, you have to go into a studio and record a bunch of songs for this, and I was like, great, that's so great, that's so fun. They wrote an original song at the end that Brooke and I get to perform with a bunch of kids, and so there, yeah, there's a huge musical element to it, and for sure, my background in music just made it feel really easy and fun for sure.
I love that Hallmark. We've had several of these musical-y type Hallmark movies over the last few years. They've all been phenomenal, you know, where they're leaning on you guys who've had that Broadway experience or had that
Right.
musical background. And you're not just getting this like traditional rom-com, but just bringing in all of your talents. They've been awesome for us to see. And I'm sure that it's great for you guys who get to kind of
It's
play the best of
fun.
both worlds.
It's really fun. I mean, one of my favorite days on set is when we shot this big musical like climactic sequence, and we had about I want to say like maybe there were like 100 background performers on set that day, and we just did it over and over again for an audience. Like we just performed it together, and it was so fun and kind of scary, and we all kind of bonded because of it, and yeah, it just kind of brought excitement to the project.
So you've got these choirs, and I've
Mm-hmm.
heard from interviews that when you get a large group of people together, it can get pretty technical when you got a large group here. What was that dynamic like when you've got kids and a choir and trying to pull a movie off?
Yeah, well, it's kids choirs that we're
Yeah.
directing. So
Oh,
it was all you know, child
so not even
wonderfully
youth.
talented child actors. What's that?
How old are they?
There was a range. I want to say it was like 7 to 13, or some of them were a bit
Good mix.
older but playing younger.
Yeah.
Uh they were lovely. Like they were so excited to be that with all their parents watching every
Yes.
take,
Yes.
and us all like you know we just like throw around baseballs and stuff in between. Like a bunch of them got into a bunch of sugar before a really big scene. It was great. It was perfect.
So, was there a small detail, maybe a prop, a costume piece, or some tradition that unexpectedly meant something to you during filming?
That's such a good question. I yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, I was watching a lot of Kieran Culkin videos. I think because
Yeah.
I'm a massive Succession fan, and you know, Kieran Culkin wears all these bracelets and stuff. And so when I started, this guy, he's this budding musician. He kind of thinks of himself as a rock star. So one of the things I was like, I think he should just have stuff on his wrist. Like that was me in high school too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was like very important to me for the character that he just always had his stuff. So yeah, you'll see in every scene there's just like stuff hanging off of my arms and my wrist and stuff. And yeah, it just I don't know. It just you know sometimes you don't really know why or you can't really explain it. It just kind of felt like a guy.
I think those things will probably stick with you guys later on when you think back to the movies. And it's like those little bitty things that maybe you're like, oh, that's where,
Yeah, or you're like, why did I do that? Like
why
you
did
know,
I
you're kind of
choose to
like,
do
why
that?
did I make that choice? but at the time it was right. It felt right, and everyone thought it was great, thought it was cool, and yeah, I think all those little details just make it personal and fun, you know.
And help us to get to know Jake, the character, a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So would you say then that this movie leans more comedy or more heartfelt, or are we going to get a little mix of both?
I think, I mean, I think my character probably leans a little more toward the comedy, but I think the movie as a whole, I would say is a mix. I think there's a lot of really funny sequences in the movie. But the movie has a lot of heart, and I think that message, especially right now in the world of different cultures, different religions, like totally seeing eye to eye and you know, reaching out to one another, helping one another, especially around the holidays, is yeah, it's really heartwarming and felt like a really important message to put out there in the world right now.
And I love that they put it literally right up close to Christmas, like the actual, like
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't an October movie.
It's not an October movie. No,
No.
no. Yeah, I think it's actually it airs on yeah it airs right before Christmas and on the I think it's on the first night of Hanukkah.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah.
This movie's right up your alley. You've got the theater background, the music background.
Totally.
So was there
The
a
name,
scene or
there's just a
anything that
lot. Yeah, it's
actually
really
challenged you?
right. Yeah, I should be taking on more challenging things, right? It should be. No, I mean, like, you know, it's funny. Like sometimes you want to take on roles that are going to really challenge you or push you. I mean, this was just it felt like it was all about ease. Like it was
Yeah.
just it was finding this ease with Brooke and finding this ease with the music and finding this you know, I was trying to have a relationship with all the kids and the choir, and it was a little bit of like I have kind of a School of Rock, like Jack Black kind of
Oh yeah.
dynamic with these
Yeah.
kids. So yeah, like you know, and sometimes challenging is not always. It doesn't mean it's good always, right? Like this was about doing things that felt like easeful and enjoy, you know, fun and kind of joyful and just kind
Mhm.
of leaning into it. So that's kind of what I tried to do with
Well,
this.
and almost like because you've got all that stuff, you can actually lean into this a little bit more and enjoy this a bit more.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And Brooke is so quick and would throw me like curveballs. Like she would in a scene kind of hit me with something that's not in the script, and then you so like that dynamic just felt so alive and exciting. And I feel like that kind of kept me on my toes during it.
So, having seen it, do you have a scene that you're especially excited for us to see
Yeah, I mean
without
there's
giving anything away?
without giving anything away. I mean, there's a bunch of scenes that I think are really turned out really well. There's a sequence that I think is particularly funny, where my character is explaining Brooke's character comes over for like a family Hanukkah dinner,
Yeah.
and I have to explain the very specific dynamic of my family and the rules that you have to follow to kind of get through a dinner in my family. And there's this voiceover that happens about the very specific, challenging dynamics of a family dinner. And it's just like a beautiful sequence. It's very funny. I think a lot of people will relate to it. And yeah, I thought it turned out really well.
So, in your mind, because there's so many Christmas movies out there, what do
Yeah.
you think will make this movie stand out in the lineup of Christmas movies?
I mean, look, uh it's the only Chrismukkah.
There you
it's
go.
the one it's the one movie that's you know celebrating two cultures at once. And so immediately I think that makes it stand out, that makes it different. It's kind of ripe with comedy because of that. Um Not to like beat it over the head, but just where the world is right now. It just I feel like it just feels like a really vital story to tell right now as
Mhm,
well.
mhm.
Um, and then I just think, the dynamic with me and Brooke, I just think felt like a really, really special, prickly love story. And I think that's gonna make it stand out for sure.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see you guys interact on screen. I think that
Yeah,
that'll be a great dynamic to watch.
yeah,
Can you think of every Christmas movie has like a big moment, sometimes it's the kiss at the end, sometimes it's the,
sure.
where the movie turns. Like, what would you say is there this big moment in this one that kind of will stick with us?
Ugh. Like a big kind of I mean, I think the big moment is this like original song, like this concert that happens
Yeah,
at the end. The whole
yes.
thing is kind of building to this. The song, firstly, has been stuck in my head ever since I first heard it. Like it kind of haunts my dreams. It's so catchy. Um, but I feel like there is how do I say this without like giving it totally away? But there's a surprise entrance during this performance. There's the question of whether or not Brooke's character is going to be able to sing. There's her character is dealing with sort of this traumatic stage fright event that happens. There's a bunch of really funny and adorable and talented kids singing on stage. And it's the combination of like a synagogue congregation and a church who are all together. I feel like it's kind of a unique moment for one of these movies, but it feels like that kind of epic moment you're talking about.
I love it. I love these kind of movies where it's like it gives you a moment to go, you know what, we're a whole lot more alike than we are different.
Yeah,
And
yeah, totally.
and we can laugh at the same time and have a
Well,
good
and
time.
there's so much crossover. Like that's what's so like so much of how we deal with our families in the holidays,
Yeah.
and even how all of these. I feel like all of like the holidays we celebrate, it's really about spending time with your family and love, and at the end of the day, that's what it is for
What matters.
everyone. And
Yeah.
so to kind of, yeah, to take a moment to kind of like register that there's so much crossover, and like I said, this is like this is what I do during the
Yeah.
holidays is all of this. So it really, yeah, it was. And I feel like a lot of people, whether or not they relate to it directly, or they know people that are of different cultures, and really, it's so it just tells like a really like modern holiday story right now.
So, three words to describe Oi to the World.
Three words to describe Oi to the World. Okay. Chrismica. Um, Heartfelt. And family. And then I'm gonna
Okay.
throw in four. I'm gonna say Oi.
Oi.
Yeah.
I love it. We've got 3 or 4 days before, I guess 3 days before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
like
That's
to
right.
ask this question. What is a project that first comes to your mind that you think of that you're really proud of? And it doesn't, have to be Hallmarky or whatever, that you're just like, you know what, go back and watch this movie, something that sticks with you.
Something that I've just any project or something that I have done.
It's something you've done.
Something I have done. Well, I'll tell you something that I'm really proud of right now, and I actually only have a small part in it. But there's this show called Ripple that just
Oh,
dropped
good. I was hoping
on
you would bring this up.
Netflix.
Yes.
So my wife plays a major role in the show. Her name is Vanessa Smythe. She plays Claire. I'm totally like pushing my wife's
Do
show,
it.
but also I appear in the final episode of the series. I have a scene with my wife. It's our first time working together professionally, and the show is it's like the number 5 show on Netflix right now, and
It's doing
it
great.
was actually supposed to be on Hallmark, and then last minute Netflix picked it up, and it kind of switched. But I feel like a lot of fans of Hallmark will really enjoy it. It's really well done. Check it out.
I've heard about that, that it feels very, that it's got that Hallmark-ish feel.
Yeah,
So
well, I think it was originally filmed for Hallmark, and then yeah, something Netflix kind of came in and decided to do it
uh-huh.
instead. So yeah, I feel like it's like it's kind of has a Hallmark vibe, but also kind of a Netflix vibe. And anyway, I'm
So
proud of my
can you
wife.
can you share what it's about?
Yeah, it's like if you're a fan of This Is Us, you'll
Oh
love
yeah.
this show. It's sort of it's about four characters and how their lives are all like four strangers whose lives all end up being connected through a series of circumstances. Like one decision one character makes ends up affecting a total stranger by happenstance. And it's kind of about how we're all connected, even though we
Okay.
all feel isolated. So it's sort of like these series of stories that are all interconnected, and it's going to make you
Ripple.
cry. It's going to make you laugh. Yeah, check out Ripple.
Okay. That's that what we can I've got a great Christmas break coming up, so that might be what I check
Yeah,
out then.
that's right.
There you go.
That's
After the
right.
Hallmark Christmas experience.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you have a full weekend coming up, right?
it's gonna be exciting. It's
Of
gonna be exciting.
stuff.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you most excited about?
Probably getting to do that panel. That'll be fun to kind of lead that panel.
The
But
panel that you're leading, or this is with Brooke?
yeah, yeah.
That's so great.
So Brooke, and then it's a leading ladies panel. So
Oh, cool.
it's our five gals that are here. So that's going to be fun to do to connect with them because there's a few of them I've never met before. So that's going to be exciting to meet
Yeah,
them. But
yeah,
also there's so many. What I love about this Hallmark community is people like, and the internet brings people together from all over the world. I've got friends from all over the country and Canada that are here, that this is the time of year that we get to come together and see each other. So,
yeah, yeah. Totally. It's so funny. I've only been in a few Hallmark movies, but whenever I travel or go anywhere, it is the thing people are like, you were in that movie. We watch
yeah,
it
yeah,
every year.
yeah,
Like or it's in Italian and we
yeah,
watch it in Italian. Like it's amazing how yeah, these stories are kind of universal and kind of timeless. It's
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be
Yeah,
fun
that's
to be
so
here.
great.
Get us all, revved up for the holiday season. So,
Yeah, 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 for sure.
any other projects that we need to be looking out for?
Yeah, there's a few projects. Yeah, I'm really proud. I have a role on a show called Doc. That's it's on Fox, so that'll be in the new year. There's a role on this new show. It's going to be on the USA Network called Anna Pigeon. It's a new show. Season 1 is coming out. And I'm actually in the middle of filming this indie movie about it's based on this. It's so inspiring. It's based on this true story of this Paralympic blind rower, and my one of my favorite teachers when I grew up. This is his wife in real life, and I knew it was kind of a big deal in Canada. And when they were making a movie about her, he called me and said, "They're making a movie about my wife, and I want you to play me in the movie." So when you get that call, you say, "Okay,
Yeah.
yep, I will do that." So I've been playing my favorite childhood teacher in a movie about his wife's story. So anyway, so we're in the middle of filming that. I don't know when that's going to come out, but that'll
Okay.
be very cool, very exciting.
That's amazing that you've got that opportunity to do that, have that
It's
chance.
crazy. It's really crazy. It's really
Wow.
it's like I'm so like incredibly grateful to be acting and doing, but every now and then something will come up where you're like, how did this possibly happen? How am I
Wow.
so lucky to be in this position?
Hmm.
So yeah, it's really, really cool.
And for those that are watching or have watched recently Mistletoe Murders, you
Oh,
were
and oh my
in.
God, I didn't say Mistletoe Murders. And you're right. And I love my character on the show so much. And I love the show. Yes, yes, 2 seasons of Mistletoe Murders. Uh, it is such a good show.
It's great.
Genuinely. I think the
It's
writing is
great.
so good and so smart and
Yeah,
like pushing the boundary a little bit of what a Hallmark show can be.
that's it. Yeah.
And yeah, they keep writing, giving me this fun character to play. So yeah, yeah.
And we just need a season 3 now, right?
We just need, yeah, right. We're waiting to hear. Yeah,
We
fingers
need a season
crossed.
3. Yeah.
I know we
I'm
need a season three. There's lots. Yeah, it's horrible to say, but lots more murders to come. Hopefully, you know.
There you go. We need another Christmas, so we have the
Throw in
mistletoe
some
and the murder.
Christmas.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
So we've got a few projects then to be looking out for you. Where can everybody follow you to kind of stay up to date on everything going on?
I am on Instagram, official Jake Epstein. That's where you can follow me, find me, send me a message, and yeah,
Everybody go check out Ripple on Netflix.
yeah, yeah.
Sunday, December 14th, coming up, 8, 7 Central on Hallmark Channel. We've got Oi to the World with Jake and Brooke. Excited to see that one and the kids choir and all of the amazingness of the Hanukkah and the Christmas blend. Jake, it's been awesome to visit with you and excited to see what's ahead. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. My pleasure. Great to talk to you.
All right. Bye bye.